What's up, everybody? 915 Mang here, hanging out with you guys. Hope you guys have been doing good, staying out of trouble, and everything's going well. It's been a little bit since I've put out a video, but that's okay. I got lots and lots of content. I never stop reefing. I still have quite a bit of things to talk about. How many of you guys are still hanging in there and reefing? Anybody getting any new corals? This tank is an SCA Aquarium reef tank. It's 5 feet long and I believe 20 inches deep as far as the width, and then it's like 20 something inches tall. It's been a great tank so far. I haven't had any problems. Very clear. It does scratch. Do have a few scratches here and there, but everything is pretty nice with this tank. The lights that I'm using are Reef Breeders Photon version 2. Great lights, excellent lights. I really like them. Haven't had any problems with them at all. And then I'm not worried about it because I know if I have any issues, that all I have to do is reach out to Logan and Reef Breeders, and he'll help me out. I have lots of Zoas in this tank. It's like my favorite type of coral. It's not so much as that it's a real easy coral to take care of, but because I have lost quite a few of them. The problems that I usually have are the Asterina starfish. They come in here and they love eating the colorful polyps on these zoas. It can kind of suck sometimes because you get these corals growing out really nice, have them starting to grow out from just one tiny frag, one tiny polyp, and they start growing into colonies, and you have this little Asterina starfish that will come start eating up your stuff just because it's really colorful. I know I've lost so many corals because of that, and that's the only bad part. That's why I like to keep frags of corals so that I can have like multiple corals in different tanks. That's what I'm planning on doing, actually, keeping my 150 and then eventually setting up a nice little frag tank. In the past videos that I've had, I set up a 20-gallon innovative marine lagoon tank, and I didn't aquascape it at all. To me, I just put nothing but frags. I loaded that sucker up with frags, and that's the way I like it. I don't know about you guys, but that's my favorite type of aquascape. Tons of little frag plugs all over the place on racks, just different colors. Eventually, one time I had so many of the same that I just like color coordinated them into rows, and everything was pretty sweet. Kind of missed that innovative marine lagoon tank. I let that tank go for like super cheap, like $100 and something, including that awesome skimmer that I bought. I had some spin stream heads on it. I had like a media basket. I had that little tank hooked up, and I sold it for $100. And then that guy ended up selling it for like way more, which if I would have known that, I would have just kind of like kept it and stored it. But the problem is that I was getting ready to move, and so I wanted to hook that tank up to a good owner. So, that was a pretty sweet tank, the little innovative marine lagoon. I've considered getting another one, but maybe like the EXT kind where it has the overflow built into it, just so that it could be like connected into one system. But we'll see what the future has in hold. As you can see, I have lots and lots of colorful zoas, different kind, just a variety, and hopefully these guys will start growing and growing up on these tiles, and then we can go from there. Most of these zoas and the corals that I get, I've had to get them online. There's just not that many places that you can get them locally, especially with the variety of these colors and names. You just can't get them here locally as much. But here in my area, once I grow these out, I might provide that service to other reefers so they can be getting tons of zoas and pallies from me. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and grow them out and enjoy them in my tank. I love the reds, the oranges. They just pop with the blues on, and they've been doing really good. These ones are pretty hard for me to keep, the My Clementine Zoas. Super slow growers for me, but very old school and nice and rewarding. Reefing is a lot of fun. I'm starting to dip into the SPS game. I'm interested in the acroporas, all kinds of different SPS. I love the colors. I love the way that they grow, the different growth patterns. It's pretty cool. I know quite a bit of you guys are into the SPS and the acroporas, and will definitely have some beautiful tanks out there. I would love to see them. So if you have a badass tank, go ahead and let me know. Hit me up on the Instagram, let me know, and you can show me some pictures or whatever. I'll follow you. Also, your YouTube, if you're doing videos, let me know, because I like to watch videos as much as I like to make them. That's what's cool about being online. It's cool checking your guys' videos out and seeing what you guys are up to and how everything else is going. Like what kind of filtration you're using, what kind of lights, what kind of corals you're into, what you're feeding your tanks, what kind of skimmer. Especially the sump is pretty interesting and a lot of fun to look at. Like what you're dosing, what's working out for you and what's not working out for you. That's part of the reason why I do my videos, so that you guys can see what I'm doing, what I've messed up on, so maybe that you don't mess up on, and you guys can do improvements and make suggestions as well. I expect you guys to be dropping comments below just to go ahead and say what's up, how's it been going. I know it's been a while and I'd love to hear from you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good, and if you're not in the reefing game, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you're up to. I know quite a bit of reefers have gotten out, and they're thinking about coming back into the reefing game. Once you kind of do it, I think you're always gonna be interested in it, and maybe even if you do leave, eventually come back for whatever reasons. Let me know if that's pretty much true for you or not. I haven't been reefing for very long, maybe about 10 years or so, which I don't really consider to be a long time. I feel like I'm still learning. There's people out there that have been reefing for way less amount of times, and their tanks look amazing. Mine looks okay. I keep up with it. As far as the husbandry of it, like keeping it clean, cleaning the glass, trying to do water changes and things like that. I think maybe getting a routine might be like the hardest part for new reefers starting off. Like you maybe want to do the water changes all the time and you're like spot on with it, but as you get into reefing and you've been doing it for a little bit longer, you kind of slack on a lot of things. Like a big example is water changes, cleaning out your protein skimmer collection cup, just things like that. Testing, when you get into it, you're like spot on with it, but as you start reefing for a while, you kind of like slow down on a lot of those processes, and I'm guilty of that, but I'm trying to stay on top of it so I can have a nice tank and just like get back to the basics. I don't really want to rely so much on the automation. Automation is great, makes your life in reefing a lot way easier. You can argue that it like adds a second set of eyes when you're on your tank when you're not there. It kind of keeps your parameters in check, things like that, such as the salinity. But like if you have a salinity probe and you're solely relying on that, instead of checking out the salinity yourself every now and then with your hydrometer, then you're kind of letting things set yourself up for failure if you're not checking up on things like that, which is what I'm talking about, getting back to the basics. But I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys and say hello, welcome any new subscribers that I may have to the channel, and all the returning loyal subscribers. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. I just wanted to say hello. I got lots of videos to come, lots of things to talk about and show you how the reef is doing, and I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, hanging out and sticking around. For all your fish nerds hanging out with me, every weekly video I'm going to try to do again would be sweet. Don't forget, I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know how you guys have been doing, how everything's been going, and just say what's up. And that's about it. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. 915 Mang out.